It's totally unacceptable that three judges should sit overturn decision of millions of Nigerians' electorate. Ex-President Obasanjo rejects tribunal's ruling. Only last week, three governors were sacked in separate judgments delivered by the judges of the Court of Appeal. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has criticized the ruling of the Court of Appeal sacking the elected state governors, saying that 3 to 5 judges should not overturn decisions made by millions of voters during an election. Obasanjo, who said this while reacting to the ongoing proceedings and verdicts of the court on various electoral disputes arising from the 2023 elections in the country, described the powers vested in the hands of a few judges as totally unacceptable. The former president's reaction came as governors Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, Abba Kyari Yusuf of Kano State, and Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State were recently sacked by the appeal court amid controversies and criticisms by Nigerians, especially from the opposition political party. Obasanjo, who spoke at a high-level consultation on rethinking Western liberal democracy in Africa, held at Green Resort Legacy, Olusegun Obasanjo's presidential library, Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, faulted what he tagged cathedral pronouncements by the judges. According to Daily News, he said, "Believe whatever form of democracy we have, or whatever system of government we have, 3 or 4 men in the judiciary should not be able to overturn the decisions of millions that have voted. Now, we have to find a way to handle that." In his words, I do not know what the way will be for me, but I think it's totally unacceptable that millions of votes, maybe 10 million on one side or maybe 9 million on the other, then you have 5 people sitting down, 3 of them agree and 2 disagree, and you come up and make cathedral pronouncements that cannot be changed. I believe that should not be accepted. How do we do it? I do not know. But whatever form of democracy we have, we should look at how to handle this. If you say you go again for an election, then what happened to the previous election? I do not know. So I personally feel strongly about this. It does not matter what one says or what you say about the judiciary. But in fact, only 5 people or 7 will sit down. If there are 5, 3 may agree and 2 may not agree. And the decisions of the 3 will be final. All that you have done comes to the decision of 3 persons or the decision of 4. It's totally unacceptable. Now, Obasanjo brought same democracy to Nigeria in 1979. And recently, he's getting wiser after leaving the office. Currently, the Bola Tinubu presidency has replied former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who had noted that Western democracy is not working for Africa and should be replaced with homegrown systems. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Anunugwa, who spoke to a newsman in an interview, noted that the democracy the country currently practices dates back to direct input by Obasanjo himself when he led the country's first as the military head of state from 1976 to 1979 and as civilian president from 1999 to 2007. Obasanjo ought to know that he brought this thing into Nigeria. He was the one who made us adopt it in 1979. He must have seen it as expensive and unsuitable when he governed us for 8 years and even wanted an extension of another 4 years. So, the way he's sounding, it is like the man is getting wiser after leaving office. Onanuga said. It was also reported that Obasanjo stated that democracy was not working in most African countries, while also noting that we have to think of outside the box and afterwards act with our new thinking. Now, Obasanjo had said this in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, in his address at a high-level consultation on rethinking Western liberal democracy for Africa. He said that the Western style of democracy failed to work in Africa because the system does not consider the majority of the people. He also noted that the weakness and failure of liberal democracy as it is practiced stem from its history, content, context, and its practice. And once you move from all the people to representatives of the people, you start to encounter troubles and problems. Now, for those who define it as the rule of the majority, Obasanjo asked, should the minority be ignored, neglected, and excluded? In short, in his words, we have a system of government in which we have no hands to define and design, and we continue with it. And even when we know that it is not working for us, we still continue. Those who brought it to us are now questioning the rightness of their invention. Onanuga is talking and referring to Obasanjo, and he continued, its deliverability and its relevance today without reform. The former president also explained that the essence of any system of government should be the welfare and well-being of the people, stressing that Africans must examine the performance of democracy in the West and its origin.